When I started looking for more information about Back 4 Blood because the beta starts tomorrow, all I found was people saying that it was going to suck. Not because the game was going to be bad, but because its microtransactions were going to ruin it. This Turtle Rock is a horrible studio and that all they do is price gouge their players. Now, the game at £50 is a little bit on the expensive side in my opinion, but I didn't know anything about the microtransactions, so I wanted to find out more. And the more I found out, the more suspicious I got. Even when they're saying all of the right things, this is a very strange story with a very strange interview, so let's get stuck in. The first thing I found was this, which was on their FAQ on their website, or at least at one point. It's not there anymore as far as I can see. But when they were asked about microtransactions, they said, right now we're focused on making the best game we can. It's going to be post-launch. There's going to be something on a post-stuff thing, but it'll be what the community feels good. Basically, a non-answer that gives you absolutely no information. And that makes me suspicious. Because if you're not willing to say what you've got planned, it's because you want to hide it. And to be honest, I can understand why. Because the Turtle Rock are the people that made Evolve. Now, I was never into Evolve. I tried it when they went free to play, and they said it's more action-based, it's really fun. And I tried one game, and I felt like I was entering a coma, because it's literally the single most boring game I've ever played in my life. But apparently the DLC was also awful. They had a season pass which contained $30 of content and cost $25. Now this was before the days of season passes which gave you money back and actually paid for the season pass if you played to the end. So these were really awful. And it had 4 extra hunters at $7.50 each. And there was 3 playable monsters, and the 4th playable monster was an extra $15. So not only did they want you to spend $60 on the game, they wanted you to spend an extra $45 just to get the 4 extra characters and a monster. This was ridiculous. And that's on top of skins, where they wanted skins costing $3 each. Insane, especially for a game as terrible as Evolve was. I can't believe it, and I can understand why people are like, well, once bitten, twice shy. And so I went looking for more. And what I found was an interview, and it made me even more suspicious, because although he says at least some of the right things in some of the right places, enough that if I trust his words, I don't think it'll be a problem. The way he says it, the way he phrases it, and the way he answers the questions might be the single most suspicious person I've ever met in my life. Who sent this guy out to do PR? I don't know. Whether he was trained on it, I don't know. But I don't think you could possibly have a worse interview than this. Let's get stuck in. Now, this interview comes back from June of this year, which was E3. And he just goes back and forth repeatedly, so let's just get into it.
Is the card system and whether or not microtransactions are going to be a part of this. Can you talk
cards and microtransactions, 2 separate things.
About Turtle Rock's approach to microtransactions and how it's going to work with the cards and the cleaners and whatnot?
Yeah, pretty simple on that. There isn't any.
Can't get simpler than that, right? How's it going to work with the cards and the cleaners and everything else? Simple. There's going to be none. No microtransactions, nothing. Not true, though.
Cards. No microtransactions. No. You earn cards in the game by playing through, unlocking points, and then buying them with in-game currency. So yeah, we're not doing that.
We're not doing that. No.
Yeah.
And then no DLC around like characters or anything like that.
We're gonna do paid content drop.
So what are you going to do with microtransactions about everything else, and especially including the cards? We're not going to do it with the cards. That's actually great to hear. That's something I was concerned about. But then he just said no to everything else as well. And the guy goes, immediately, are you going to do DLC? And the guy goes, yes. DLC, microtransactions are the same thing. Everybody knows they're the same thing. Trying to dissemble them to make them seem like different things to try and hide your answer makes you seem incredibly suspicious. It makes you seem dodgy. It makes you seem untrustworthy. Awful answer.
Later, we're thinking about it. Like what is that right now? No one's working on it yet. We're all like.
You might not be working on it, but you definitely have a plan. I guarantee you someone at the office has a plan. They know what they're going to do. They really need to write it down and tell the players.
I said heads down on the main game. So that will come.
Don't come. Do not come.
But if you're a party leader and you have like a drop of paid content, you'll be able to play still. There's no.
And that to me is the main important thing. That's why I'm not actually that concerned about the DLC. If the host has the maps, then everyone else can play them. That's great. I think that's about as good as you're going to get in today's kind of situation with DLC in a co-op scenario. And so I'm fine with it. As long as the host has the map, then everyone else can play. All of your friends don't have to buy it. If you're not going to buy any DLC yourself, you can still enter lobbies of people that own them. I think you'd ask for fairer than that. So why does he keep acting so strange? Because he is. Why does he keep essentially contradicting himself, which other people may call lying? I don't know.
Split. If nice. You don't have that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely no split, no microtransactions.
Beautiful.
And no cosmetics or anything like that?
I would do cosmetics, yeah. Yeah,
I mean, I literally said we weren't going to do anything a few seconds ago, but now we're doing maps, we're doing hunters, and we're doing cosmetics. No microtransactions, though. None. You couldn't call any of those microtransactions.
Yeah. We'll be doing some skins, for characters, kind of full body ones, and maybe some ones that you could split up. Some weapons, skins, and things like that. But there's a lot of this different like customization in game as well, with some banners and things like that. But it's all cosmetics that you can earn or you can buy.
For sure.
Oh, you can earn them. Okay, cool.
You can earn some, you can buy some, as about what you'd expect. But that's not what my problem is. And he also says they're not going to do modding, which I'm quite upset about, but there you go. That's the problem. He contradicted himself 3 times. He said he wasn't going to do DLCs 3 times. They're not going to do microtransactions 3 times. And then they keep bringing them out. What about this? Oh, we're doing that. What about this? Oh, we're doing that. Yeah, we're doing that as well. I don't know why he has to act so suspicious, but it means that I can't trust him. And so while I do like that they are going to do it although the host has to do it, as long as the host has it, everyone else can play. I think that's awesome. You cannot also then come out and contradict yourself 3 times in 3 minutes. It makes you seem like you've got something to hide. And so that's the only way I can take it. And so especially with all the reputation that they have with other things, how am I supposed to trust that they're not going to screw over people afterwards? Because that is why I made this video. That's why I went looking for it, to get a dedicated answer of whether you could basically trust these people or not, whether the microtransactions were fair or not. They just haven't given an answer that's good enough for me, because while the answers they give, I like, I'm actually quite fine with the host doing the thing. I can't then go and recommend it to other people and say you'll be fine. And so they definitely need to change something. They need to make this clearer. I guarantee you they have a plan of what they're going to release. Someone there, even if the devs don't know, someone there has had a discussion about what they're going to do on microtransactions. They know what they're going to do. They need to write it down. They need to be specific, and they need to release it. They don't actually say what they're going to make specifically. They don't need to say the exact skin or the exact characters, but they do need to go, look, we're going to do maps, but only the host needs to do it. They're going to do skins, but they may not be only the host. We're going to do cosmetics and guns, and they're going to cost this much, we think, at the moment. But we're also going to have this many in the game, and you're going to be able to earn them by there. You need to be specific, because when people are spending money on your game, they need to know what the future holds for it. And it's fine if you decide later that you're not going to do them, but if you are, then they actually deserve to know, especially with your reputation, especially with your background. And so when you do an interview like that, it just becomes even more important to be even more exact with your information. That is how you actually show that you respect the players. And when you try and hide things, when you try and dissemble, when you try and keep information away from them, it comes across like you don't actually trust your game much, and that you think that if people found out the truth, they wouldn't play it. And there is nothing that will scare off a customer base more than that. So I highly recommend that you do not continue down the path that interview took. Oh, and if you're interested in the beta, there is an early access beta for pre-orders tomorrow, but you don't have to pre-order it to get in. While that was the way they were trying to beef up those pre-order numbers, they're actually basically allowing everyone that wants to get in to get in. All you have to do, there are some sites that are giving away keys, but the easiest method is just sign you up for a free Warner Brothers account, link that to Twitch, and then from tomorrow, you've only got to watch an hour of someone's stream that has drops enabled, and you can get a key for any platform. So if you want to get in, it's very easy to get in. Just follow that. It's all on their Twitch if you want the instructions in the future. But yeah, it's simple. If you want access, you can get access. Try it out. Have some fun. But for now, that's it from me. If you like the video, press like and subscribe for more content in the future. And let me know what you think of Back 4 Blood, Turtle Rock, and the monetization that they've spoken about in this video. But for now, that's it from me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.